Welcome back to the Angel Clark Show. This is it, folks. This is the final segment of the evening. Just because I'm about to stop talking doesn't mean that you have to stop listening. You can head to angelclark.us. There you will find almost 3 years of archives of the show. You can download them. You can stream them with your friends. You can share them on Facebook, on Twitter, on Tumblr, on LinkedIn, whatever floats your boat. And it's all free today. This is Thursday. It's the Liberty Train. Choo-choo. And I have on the line with me Ernest Hancock, the host of Declare Your Independence and founder of freedomsphoenix.com. And he's been talking to us about the Aquadome, right, which you can actually find out a lot more about it. You can search on Google, do a Google search or a start page search or whatever for Won't You Be My Neighbor, Freedom's Phoenix. And there you will find you'll find pictures of the Aquadome. You can find out a bunch more information about it. And you can find it all right there. Because, Ernie, I want to thank you for sticking around, but I had wanted to talk to you about the battery project that you guys have done. So, I mean, did you want to wrap up or say anything else about the dome before we move to the battery project?
Yesterday we had John Whitehead from the Rutherford Institute and Karen Hudis from the World Bank, a whistleblower, and she happened to have been in town and she came over. So yesterday's show archive has some pictures of the dome. If you just put in Karen Hudis, Ernest Hancock, it'll probably come up, and you can see that pictures were more advanced along, but that's not really pic. It was just showing her in it, whatever, so you kind of get an idea. Now, on the battery project, this is what happened. All right, I'm going to do the Evelyn version here real quick. I'm speed reading. Here we go. Last summer, or summer before last, Donna and I went 5 weeks and took the show on the road. We went all around the country. We went from Phoenix to Montana to New Hampshire, down to Texas and back. And we visited a lot of people. We did the show live 3 hours every day. I have a mobile comics, whatever the heck you call it. And we did the show and we're visiting with all these people. While I'm on the road, a friend of mine, he is the nuclear power plant, Palo Verde, one of the supervisors for the fuel refueling team there. Well, he moved out by the plant, which is Tonopah, way out in the west, in the middle of nothing on 9 acres of desert. And even though he's an employee of the APS, Arizona Public Service Electrical, they're going to charge him $20,000, $30,000 for him to get electricity. He's like, screw you, I'll do it myself. So he has his own well, his own septic, cell phones, satellite communications, internet, television. He has his own everything, solar and wind, but he needed the batteries. So 10 years has gone by, God, it's probably more than 10 years, and he lives in a nice 2,600 square foot home with, God, man, he's styling. Well, what happened was 3 times he's had to replace all of his lead-acid batteries because they go bad after a while. And he's like, when the zombie apocalypse hits a couple of years, man, I'm screwed. You know, I'm not going to have battery storage. There has to be some kind of batteries that last, that you can recycle a lot. So he found out Edison made these batteries. Thomas Edison, 100 and whatever years ago, made these batteries called Edison batteries. They weren't lead acid. They were nickel iron. They were different all the way on the other side of the pH scale. Instead of acid, they were base. You know, potassium hydroxide is a very base electrolyte. So he goes, hey, well, these are cool, man. You will them to your kids. They last forever. All you got to do, you check the water every 20 years or some crap. You know, he's like, what the hell? But finds out that Exide Batteries bought up the manufacturing in the 70s and then closed the plant. Everybody needs to buy disposable lead-acid batteries, don't you know? So we go, really? Well, then we found out that China was producing these new. So he goes to a distributor in L.A. They just started making them. He gets them. He had them since last summer. All of a sudden, he's like, hell yeah, these are working well. As he's telling me, I'm on this trip. I remember an article in Popular Science in 1991 where they started talking about carbon nanotubes and buckyballs and, carbon in different forms doing the future of. And I said, I can see where this goes. Everything is going to be made from carbon. Everything. Your casings, your furniture, your cars, not just carbon fiber, carbon nanotubes. It's a different thing. So I'm going, it's like, imagine diamonds. I mean, you take a sheet of graphite, which is, the width of copy paper, and you put a pencil point on it with the weight of an elephant on it, and it doesn't penetrate it. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking a spaceship shields up captain that's super conductive, it's super strong. It's like this, silvery mylar-looking Roswell can't penetrate it kind of stuff. And I'm going, heck yeah. Well, it never came around. In 2004, when he did Spaceship One, Government Zero, we're there with signs going, hey, man, Spaceship One, Government Zero is the first private astronaut in space. Because I knew what government programs do. They never, it's all for them, not for us. 70s, I got the space shuttle. 80s, they upgraded to the space shuttle. And in the 90s, they made it really pretty, space shuttle. In the 2000s, space shuttle. 10, space shuttle. I'm going, seriously? This is what I get? So I'm not waiting on them anymore. When the carbon nanotubes and all of the capacity and the innovation that's going to come out of that, I can see that if I did a Google search and I go, if I take carbon nanotubes and I plate them with the nickel, and I use that as a core for a nickel-iron battery because it gives you enormous surface area, what would that do? So I Google, while he's on the phone telling me this, I go, nanotube, nickel, iron. 3 days before I look, there was a universities, I think it was Rice and Stanford or something, they had done this with enormous energy density. I'm going, hell yeah, cool, let's do it. Well, I saw, it's a DARPA.mil university, we'll get around to it, pinky square, we'll go to space someday thing. And I'm going, no, hell no. I'm going to go ahead. I depicted my lab on the cover of one of our magazines. I show pictures of the magazine to subscribers. I show them what we're doing, how we're making the battery and everything. I go, look, within 3 months, I did it. But now I need to increase it. I want to do the nanotubes more than I want the battery. And I'm going, okay. Now, what do I need? Well, I had to get, glassware and distilling stuff and, beakers and test tubes, and I'm a mad scientist. I had to get chemicals. I couldn't get the chemicals anywhere. I had to get them from Estonia. So finally, I have contacts in the Phoenix Police Department, the Fusion Center, FBI. I call them all. I say, hey, I'm not a domestic terrorist. I'm not a meth lab, and you don't need to come kill my dog. And they go, oh, okay. Well, thanks, Ernie. We're not worried, man. If you're not doing anything wrong, you don't got to worry. And I'm going, are you freaking kidding me? I got pages every day of, they didn't call me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm going, I am just, no. I want to be an inspiration to people and show them what can be done. That's what everything that we do is, that we get to survive, we get to thrive, we can live in a much better, healthier, productive lifestyle without the need of government, and we're just doing it.
I am so amazed by the fact that you have done this. I mean, it's really, really fascinating. And unfortunately, I really need to research this myself, but you've made it really easy for me to research it. If I go and do a search for Battery Project Freedoms Phoenix, it'll take me to a page on the website, freedomsphoenix.com, that has all the research that you did right here. So I can just go through it and find out all about the process and setting everything up.
Yeah, no, I mean, the tube, for all it is that you're taking gases like, I do it real quick in 10 seconds. Acetylene is C2H2. Like, you do a torch and you light it, and it makes that black smoke in an inert gas field like helium or argon, and you heat it up to 735 degrees Celsius, it breaks the bond of the hydrogen and the carbon. The carbon assembles itself on a catalyst slide that I have, of different chemicals, and it's nickel, iron, cobalt, blah, 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 and it makes now two black velvet and plated. Boom. Because they got a lot of surface area. You go, 3 acres of surface area in this carbon filter water, blah, blah, blah. What they're talking about is carbon, if you get nice and powdery, it has enormous surface area, so you don't have a plate that, is a 3x5 card. You have a little fuzzy thing, and all of a sudden it has a surface area of freaking acres.
Ernest Hancock, everyone. Remember, no army can stop an idea whose time has come.